Hello there and welcome back to Impressive Hotel Edition software. In this video I'm going to take you through the billing functionality of the system. Now, just for demonstration purposes, we're going to take you through a very simple overview of what the system can do, but if you would like a more sort of in-depth tutorial on the billing application and then the power of it, we can book in something on a little bit of a one-to-one tutorial. So if I just click down here on the administration panel and again into the billing icon here, let's just move those out of the way and move this to the middle of the screen, just so it's a little bit more flexible. Now along the top you'll see it has little icons for all booked, confirmed or checked in. We're just going to go over to the all button so that it lists every type of guest from confirmed, checked in, checked out. It also lists for you things like the booking reference number, room numbers, customer name, check-in, check-out, etc. So let's just take you through the first step. If I just double click here on the first person within the list and just say add a room charge. Now, this can be extremely flexible in terms of adding a particular either a service or an actual charge to a particular person. So you'll see here either a conference room or business centre. Because of the default settings within the software and what we've just set up purely for demonstration purposes, here you would be able to list any type of business activity, so conference rooms, business centres, business suites, any type of function rooms, for example. You can add the pricing here, whether there's a quantity, details, could be that any sort of detail relevant to a particular function or perhaps maybe a wedding or conference. Any type of discount, whether it is a reverse charge or an actual payment, you simply add it to the list and then confirm. Now moving across onto all of these different tabs here, when you go onto rooms, for example, and click on room charges, it could be that you initially charged the guest for a bedroom, but now you want to add on either an additional adult or an additional child, whether there isn't any hourly charges, for example. These can all be put into the settings when you initially purchase the software and run through it all. But again, just running through the price, the quantity, any details or any notes that you actually want to make available, whether it is a reverse charge or a payment, add to list, and again confirm it. Moving on to the services tab, very common in a lot of hotels where they charge Wi-Fi either by the hour or by the stay, but it's an additional charge added onto the room so that you can sort of split anything that's maybe for business purposes or personal services into different invoices. Let's go over to the default tab here, looking at anything you may want to charge in addition. So looking at things like, tennis, golf, car hire, it could be bicycle hire, any type of excursions or additional services. Perhaps maybe it's dry cleaning or gymnasium if it's not already included in the price. So all of these can be added right back at the beginning when you initially set up the software. But again, looking at very simple terms, putting in the price, the quantity, any details that perhaps the customer wants to give you, any type of discounts, reverse charges, etc., adding it to the list and confirming. Now, moving over onto the payment side of the system, looking at whether an actual deposit was made or a particular customer wants to make a payment, or whether it perhaps maybe is the reverse payment if they've had maybe a problem or a discount applied to them. The nice thing about this particular payment module is that you can type in the amount, and this is all relative to the default currency. So you'll see above here it says British pounds because of the default settings we put in for demonstration purposes. We would then click on exchange methods, and for example you could then say, okay, they've paid £80, I want to look at the exchange, and whereas it's British pounds, for this particular hotel we would normally accept either euros or US dollars. That way the receptionist doesn't then have to keep typing away on a calculator to work out exactly what the payment's going to be. If we just say here for now euros, and we're just going to say the payment type, that's cash, credit card, etc. So yeah, just making the payment, allocating it against account, against that particular person. I'm not going to put it in there just for now because again it's demonstration purposes. And finally, looking at a view breakdown, just listing here, it's nicely color coded so that you can see the actual charges for a bedroom is in orange. Whether they've actually paid and made a payment on account is in green. If they've actually been refunded for a particular reason, perhaps maybe they weren't happy with a particular service, or whether the amounts were reversed, again is obviously in red. Looking at the bottom here, total charges, total refunds, reverses, etc. It totals up the amount for you, and then you can either say, okay, check out, and check the customer out, but you can also print it, so in the form of an invoice or a bill when the customer or guest actually leaves the hotel. So that's just a real sort of overview of the billing application. If there is something, a little bit more in depth you'd like to go through, please by all means either email us or call us. The head office number is 0845 388 8314, or email us info@impressivesoftware.info.